community outreach initiative founded in 2018. And in April 2020, the pandemic brought about its virtual edition. It is inspired by the people of Qatar, both local and expatriate, and dedicated to my mother. It aims to inform, to educate, to inspire, and bring communities together. Today, we host two wonderful artists, Dimitrije,
Yeah.
Ahmed. Actually, I'd like to say, I was going to say Dimitrije because that's how we spell his name. But then he corrected me offline a little earlier. And I just explained to him, if I say Dimitrije in India, it's with respect. So we add a G after the name to respect the person. You know? Yeah. And that's Simba saying the same thing. He respects you guys. So welcome and ahlan.
Thanks, Bosco.
Thank you.
It's good being here. I think it's long due, as we talked about this real long ago.
Yeah. In fact, long ago. And I love both of your works. Your work of art is just fantastic. It's very breath. It brings a fresh breath of air to the mind. That's what I like about you. So can we start with Ahmed? Ahmed, please, can you introduce yourself?
My name's Ahmed Dimitrije. Hi, everyone. I'm a Qatari artist, 28 years young. I graduated from VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, studying painting and printmaking with a minor in art history. And I've had many exhibitions ever since graduating and collaborations, and
Yeah,
I'm excited to be here to talk more about
absolutely.
art. Yeah.
Dimitri?
Hey, AJ. My name is Dimitri. Many know me as Didi, which is my nickname and how I sign my art on the streets. I've been in Doha since 2012. Originally, I come from Serbia. I'm an architect and on and off artist throughout my education and my career. So there were some gaps of several years where I didn't do any art. So during that time, I wouldn't call myself an artist, of course. But right now, I'm currently in the scene. So yeah,
That's nice.
that's it. Yeah.
You know, being an architect was something that I wanted to be. That was my dream career. But then I took up other things, and now I'm actually back in the art.
You didn't miss out. Yeah.
But isn't what's the new word for architects? They're called something else now. Urban planners, right? Urban planning is the new thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're both architect and urban planner, like depending on which scale you're working on. So yeah.
Okay. Lovely. I think Mubarak Altani, I think you'll both know him, the artist.
Yep.
He's also an architect or an urban planner, I think. Something like that. I remember him talking about that.
Okay.
He studied urban planning. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows there shows a little bit of resemblance, in your work and his work, and also the colors, and he's another guy who we're going to add to in another forum, inshallah, soon. So, guys, Didi, what do you think? Let's hit Ahmed with all the questions, eh? What do you think? Let's have some fun with Ahmed.
Let's do it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So, when did the artist in you arise, Ahmed?
Okay, so this is a true story. My mom always tells people that I've been like stealing pencils and stuff from her room from when I was 2 years old, and I would be drawing on the walls and drawing all over everything. So yeah, so like ever since I was a kid.
Wow.
And I just took the degree to like further prove that I'm an artist.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but I've always been one, like it's not something that I can think of. There's no beginning. to it. The beginning is 1993 when I was born.
Wow, wow. What about you, Dimitri?
Me, I've been doing art since I was, kindergarten, and then at the time, I think it was end of high school or beginning of university when architecture kicked in. It pushed out the art, so I have been neglecting it for years, and then um, like several years ago, it was 2015 actually. It's where I got back to the art scene, and it's actually thanks to Mubarak Al Malik and Tamer Al Dosari. Because
Oh,
if I haven't met those guys, we might not be talking now.
oh,
Yeah, uh, they inspired me to go back to it. I met them by chance when they were doing a mural in Qatar Foundation. I think it was Recreation Center, and I read about it in Doha News, and then I went to see what's up because I haven't even known that there is a scene here in Doha. And then we met, we exchanged phone numbers, and then we started doing things together, and that's how I ended up here. And
wow.
this time, art kind of pushed the architecture out because I'm not doing it anymore. So it's on and off thing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, Ahmed, can you define your style of work? Give us an elaborate on that.
My style is weird. It's
I like that. That's nice to say.
because I don't know how to explain it because it's a mixture of so many different like historical movements put together into this weird contemporary visualization. Like I like to mix pop art with surrealism with conceptual art, and like yeah, just like mixing so many things together and creating this like completely
Oh,
different
lovely.
thing. And yeah, and every time I would like have an exhibition or every time I would do something, I always push myself to have a different concept, a different idea. So
Okay,
it's like I really always wish that it's never the same.
that's nice. That's good. That's lovely,
Yeah.
and that defines you. In a way, where it's not the same. So every time the people, the spectators can expect something different. Your
Yes,
audience, which is nice,
yes.
keeps them guessing. What about you, Dimitria? I like to say that Dimitria. Well, the DD is nice too, but I
Uh,
like.
this is fast. Uh,
Yeah.
but I actually agree with AJ and there, and I like what he's doing because I think in order to progress, we need to challenge ourselves and try to get new things in front of us because otherwise, like repeating ourselves would be I know, a bit dreadful. So I wouldn't label any style to myself, even
Okay.
though some people they say they would recognize my work. I think it's mostly the colors, not the style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to do something different every time to adjust to the requirements or to the place. When I was younger, I did only realism, and I was really against abstract.
Okay.
Whereas today, I started, opening myself to abstract rather than
That's
realism
nice.
and mixing it up.
That's wonderful. Where do you draw your inspiration from, uh, DD? Let's go to DD now. I think we have been bashing Ahmed. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
That's a hard one. I think it's more like subconscious, so I won't be able to give you a straight answer. Um,
Okay.
like usually, when I'm about to start something new, I think or brainstorm an idea. I think I don't do it consciously because I try to doodle a lot, and then whatever comes out, even though if it's something by reflex, I'll stick to it. I'll accept it. So I don't think I could pinpoint the inspiration part.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
What about you,
it's
Ahmed?
not very deep. It's more like yeah, it's kind of doodle based.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Thing. So yeah.
I love to doodle too. Yeah. What about you, Ahmed? Where do you draw your inspiration from, or who inspires you? That's another thing I need to ask Didi once I move to him back. Oh, lovely.
Uh, what inspires me? It's several things. Like I like to go deep into what I create, which is sometimes an issue because I really like to focus on issues concerning society, like whatever issues that I feel are frustrating to me personally or
Mhm.
like are intriguing, interesting to me. I would always like put some sort of symbolism in my work. And it
Okay.
usually isn't like obvious or anything because that's not the end game, that's not the end goal. But as as for inspiration, it's many things, yeah.
Okay. Before we go to, I mean, I would like to know some of the many things, but before we go there, there's a nice question come for you, Ahmed. It's from Sharpshooters International, and they asked you, Ahmed, I visited your exhibition at W Hotel and was intrigued by your work. Would love to know more about your trip to India and how it influenced your work. Yeah, yeah, I remember you
Yeah.
had gone to India, and I was also commenting on those pictures. Lovely. Yeah, please answer that
So
question. Wow.
yeah, thank you for the question. It's a really nice question. Um, so 2019 was the year of exchange of culture between Qatar and India.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
And yeah, and my mother's name is Hind,
Oh, mashallah.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
which is India,
Yes.
and which means India in Arabic. Hind means India in
Absolutely.
Arabic. And I thought it would be a wonderful opportunity to force my mother to do her first exhibition because she's always wanted to exhibit her work as an artist, but she never had the courage to do it. So I
Okay.
was like, this is the opportunity, the chance to do a duo exhibition with my mom. And like I took it upon myself to go to like 5 different cities in India to really like get to experience the culture, the colors, the beauty, the depth within the works, the museums there are absolutely incredible. And I tried to like really merge the coexistence or the intertwining cultures between Qatar and India because there are so many similarities.
Yeah.
Qatar is deeply inspired by the Indian history,
Yeah. True.
and so it was a really beautiful experience. Yeah, and it was like an exhibition that I will never forget.
Lovely. And was that your first trip to India?
It was my first trip to India. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. How was it? I mean, I'm asking you as an Indian, as a proud Indian, how did you like India?
Beautiful. I mean, every city is completely different. It's like every city is a different country. Like that's how insane it is because like
True.
New Delhi is very modern, very contemporary. The
Yeah.
roads, the hotels, the restaurants, everything is so urban. I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah. Did you reach Bombay, my city of birth?
Did not go to Bombay. I went
What?
to yeah, yeah, yeah. I did not go to Bombay. I went like on a line on the other
Oh,
side of India. Yeah,
oh, I'm
yeah.
disappointed. You,
Everyone is saying that I should go to Bombay. Yes.
yeah. Well, Qatar is flying twice daily now. I don't know why, but twice daily to Bombay. Yeah. Well, nice to know that you went to India and enjoyed yourself, and maybe I'm sure you got a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
from India because it's eclectic, vibrant, and there's so much to see and soak in. From the aromas to the odors to to everything. Yeah,
Everything. Yeah, everything was.
yeah, absolutely. Coming back to Didi Dimitrije, I want to get that word, Dmitry, like the Russians. I love that name. It's nice. It's so who's behind Dimitri? Who inspires you, Dimitri, Didi, in your art, in your life, maybe in your work, your inspiration?
It's a hard one. Um, I guess it's not who, or maybe it's what.
Okay,
Yeah. Um,
fair enough.
but I think the most inspiration I find in drive, you know, like driving a car.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah,
That's why you sketched or you did the cheetah. It's etched in my mind. The cheetah.
actually,
Yeah.
the cheetah story is that when I was like 3 year old, 4 year old age,
Oh,
that age, those couple of years in kindergarten, I was obsessing over cheetah,
okay.
and I have a lot of drawings saved from that period back home, and yeah, so it was my favorite animal when I was a kid, and that's why when I was going through those folders of my childhood drawings, I stumbled
Yeah,
upon that, and I decided to give it like a tribute, or to relive it again. So
yeah.
that's why I'm putting it on the walls these days.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
and I'm
first.
enjoying it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
yeah,
very nice. I love it. The first work of yours that I saw was the blockade work you did of the Emir, the father Emir and the Emir, in a fantastic location. And it's that work really, I made me think and look, and I said, wow. First and foremost, fear of heights,
yeah.
and then going up and down, and I'm like, and it's so well matched. Sometimes you have to be careful of the ratios and so many things. Very nice. And
Thank
you
you.
got a lovely, I have many friends who've got their work out there. Quite a few. Many of those artists are my friends.
Yeah,
But your work there is in a pole position, I would say, and it's so nice to see. I can see this, a non-Qatari making, the Emir and the father Emir's picture, and so well done. Bravo to you. What do you
thank you
say,
very much.
Ahmed?
What do I say? I think Dimitri already knows. Like, I've looked up to his work, looked up to him for years now, and there's no secret about how
That really
naturally
goes
gifted.
both ways,
There's
Yeah,
there's no secret how gifted he is, how talented he is, how passionate he is. It's
yeah.
yeah.
It's getting it's really cooking up well for the next question, which is what is your most prized work and why? But before that, Dimitri, how long did you take, if you'd like to answer that, how long did you take to do that work? And even the cheetah. In fact, the cheetah is now my favorite work of yours.
Thanks, thank you. But yeah, also for AJ, like our respect goes both ways, and I love his work, and the colors he chooses, and the I mean, it was more performance than an artwork, but the fire station thing with the paint and everything, yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Um, what to your question?
how long?
How long did it take to
Yeah,
paint the fire station piece? Yeah,
yeah.
it was 5 days. Yeah,
Okay,
5 days.
wow.
And
And
actually,
it
that
was humid those days, huh? It was humid, wasn't it?
it was September, so yeah, it was
Yeah, it
a
was
bit
kind of,
humid.
because
Yeah.
I was documenting another friend of mine working there. So
You know, this thing you mentioned height, you mentioned humidity. Once you start painting, and AJ knows this, you kind of you dismiss all these things.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
true, true.
you get into the process, and you cannot think of any other external factors, whether you're
Hmm.
hungry or thirsty, or but
Yeah.
Yeah,
that tower, actually, it was 2017 September, and it was a couple of years before that I was really aiming at that tower, and I really wanted it as as a wall for myself. And then after all that time, I finally got the chance, and I was really thankful for that, and especially for an occasion like that, to be able to be part of the
Yeah,
group.
you're part of art history. You're part of art history of Qatar, which is phenomenal, especially for an expat, I would say, as an expat. So, what is your most prized work, Dimitri, and why?
Right? I mean,
Your
I don't
most
have a prize,
favorite, your most
but
favorite work.
I would say I don't know if I have a favorite one, but I would say that the one you mentioned in fire station is the most significant.
Significant, yes,
Yeah,
true, true.
yeah. But I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, every day, a different thing is comes to the top of the list, right?
On the
Like
list,
one day
yeah.
I would favor that one, another day I would favor another one. It depends on the mood.
True, true. Very, very, very true. Uh, Coming back to Ahmed, what is your most prized work or significant favorite, and why?
As Dimitri said, like with me, it's weird because like each painting or each art piece that I work on, I really put my heart and my soul into it. So I love them all equally. I love all my art.
Okay, that makes sense too. I love your unique answers, guys. Very nice. And you'll have done. I've seen you'll have done quite a few collabs in the past. I've been watching work of both peoples. In fact, very proudly, I've been telling my family when I saw Ahmed's work while I was at the one of the malls, and his photograph is there. And I s- and one of- and both brands are my popular brands that purchase. So, Ahmed, what is your how was the experience working with these different brands, and DD also, and what is give us some insights, Ahmed.
Working with L'Occitane.
Give me
Oof,
a minute.
working with L'Occitane. Yeah,
Yeah, carry on. I'm just giving this guy something to do.
of course. So it was 2019, and it went from 2019 to 2020, the collaboration, and it's the first ever collaboration between L'Occitane and any artist that's not French.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so it was like such a huge deal, like for me personally. So I was like, okay, I have to perfect this. This has to be perfect, blah, 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 and everything has to be great. And of course, I was like, I need my partner in crime. I need my mom to be a part of this.
That's so nice.
And yeah, and then
You're talking so much about your mom, and this program is dedicated to my mom. She passed away more than 22 years ago. Your mom's an artist for sure,
yes, yes, yes,
and
yes.
I'd like to host her, maybe co-host you and her at some point in the future.
Of course,
That'd be
of
nice.
course,
That'd
she
be
would
nice.
love this. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. That's great. That's great. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, continuing with that, and there's already another comment come in. See, people have been seeing your work, Ahmed. Cliff Fernandez says, I came across Ahmed's work at Kolhan. The collaboration was such an amazing initiative, and Ahmed's work really stands out most. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Cliff. Thank you.
yeah, lovely. So, continuing with what you were saying, Ahmed, about your partner in crime, your mom, and then with L'Occitane.
Yeah, like it was. I feel like it was more than just a collaboration. The L'Occitane collaboration. It was the initiation of acceptance of creativity from like I don't know, maybe it's just me being a crazy artist or
Yeah, artists are
but
crazy.
I find it so special. Yes, I find it so
Yeah.
special. And then
Well,
Kolhan was also something else. Kolhan, it was 2020 and everyone is like worried about the pandemic, everyone is worried about huge global issues, including so many things. And then Kolhan contacts me, and I'm like, okay, this is also like another opportunity to take this collaboration and try to bring light into such dark times for myself, you know.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, and
That's nice.
it happened. Yeah, and it was successful, and that's the
Yeah.
important part.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I have a couple of pairs of coal hands, and sadly, none of them are white or have enough of space. But I'm going to throw you a pair and see if you can do anything for me.
Anything you want. Yes.
So, what about you, Didi? You have some fantastic collaborations too. And how was that experience? Can you give us some insight into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always, as Ahmed said, when somebody approaches you, especially if it's a brand that you know and you like, it's always it's a flattering experience. But I think it's also important for the experience of the people appreciating your work. As for example, me, I've never bought anything from L'Occitane, but I entered the shop to see Ahmed's work.
Oh,
So
lovely,
Yes.
lovely.
you know what I mean.
But
So
our hood bought.
yeah. So in
Yeah.
that sense, it's it's a different experience. It will make you, even if you're not using a brand, it might bring you closer to it through art and yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Uh, this is kind of a rapid fire, but I don't know. Maybe your five favorite artists of any era and genre, Ahmed, who have influenced your work, perhaps, or actually your five
Uh,
favorites.
Five favorites. Number one, Andy Warhol.
Oh,
Number one, Andy Warhol.
yeah.
Number two,
I was actually
number
gonna. I was actually,
two.
during the conversation, I was gonna say you are a mini Andy Warhol. Actually, wow, wow, well
Oh,
done. Okay,
yeah, like his work is controversial, and stating that you love him is controversial, but I really don't care. Andy Warhol's number one. Number two, the Azawi. I don't
okay.
know if you know him. He's an Iraqi artist.
Iraqi,
He,
right?
yes,
Yeah, I've
Iraqi.
heard of it. Yeah.
He had an exhibition here in Rawad.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
of that exhibition.
yeah,
It took the whole space, right? The whole air, the whole of
yes,
Iraq.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I heard about
And
it.
like, actually, when I saw that exhibition, I was like, this is my dream. This is my goal, to have this entire exhibition space when I'm his age, to exhibit all my work there.
Wow,
That's
wow.
yes, that's the goal.
Great minds think alike. I have something brewing for that place. I hope it happens.
Nice. Yes, yes, yes.
I have something brewing for that place. If not 2022, maybe 23, because I think 2022 is going to be, you know, only full of footballs.
Yes, true, true.
Yeah. So, yeah, Zahawi, and then,
Frida Kahlo.
okay.
Frida Kahlo is also she was like one of the pioneering artists for female artists in general. But what I like
Okay.
most about her is, as an artist, as a person, regardless of her being female, the fact that she had such a tough life, and she would use all the dark things that she's been through to create incredible things.
That's what I like about artists, they
Yeah,
express themselves. They express themselves, and that's what you see, and that's the beauty of art. No engineer or no school of tech can teach you that. You're a born artist, and that's the way you feel, isn't it? It's the feel.
yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Come along. You have two more to go. Very well explained. I thought you'd just shoot names, but you're giving a beautiful explanation. Fantastic. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Uh, Artist, a fourth artist. I love so many, but like,
Shoot. Don't worry. You can just give names. That's fine. That's just nice. That just shows your character too. Is that an artist
um,
block now? It's okay.
yes. There is an artist. What's his name? Mark, Marcel Duchamp.
Oh, wow.
Marcel
Okay.
Duchamp. Yes. I love his work so much, because every time someone sees his work, everyone always goes like, AJ, your work is like a replica of this person, which some people would take to offense, but I'm
Okay.
honored. I'm honored if my work is compared to Marcel Duchamp. He's actually he was considered extremely controversial at his time for the
Okay.
color palette he would choose, the subjects, the ideas, the concepts, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love his work.
Lovely. That's great. You wanna bog your mind for another one, or should I move to DD?
Move to Didi.
Move to DD. Okay. Yeah, you had enough of time, Dimitria. So
So
shoot.
for me, every year I would have another set of favorite artists.
Okay.
It's hard to stick.
Okay.
Um, but for example, when I was a kid in school, I was really impressed with Monet and Rembrandt. So many times I would try to depict their
Wow.
work.
Gone
Um,
old school.
yeah, but then nowadays, like last year, I was really impressed by Bordalo, a Portuguese street artist. He uses like trash to he's reusing trash
Oh,
to
fantastic.
build either sculptures or like wall sculptures
Beautiful.
and paint them and create animal
Please,
shapes.
please share his. Please share some of his work with me. His IG,
Yeah, for
his
sure. I will. I
Instagram
will. I will
IG. Yeah.
send it to you. And there is another street artist from Poland. It's actually a team of two artists, Signer Etam,
Okay.
and
You know, Dimitri. Since I'm so sorry. I know I'm
yeah,
digressing, but since you said you're with the street, you're with the public art department. I hope I don't get myself slapped on my wrists here, but I'd like to see more local, not just Qatari, but local artists showcase more of their work and get displayed in Qatar. Like the falcon outside the sucker, the big falcon outside the airport. I wish a local had done that.
yeah. I know what you mean, but we are
Yeah,
working on both international and
yeah,
local.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
Although it's
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
it's some Tom Klassen.
yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, it's just
There is
stupendous.
also inside the airport. There is also local artists
Yeah,
on
yeah, of course.
display.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
See,
yeah, you'll see more to come, especially during the last year and this. There is a lot of local artists
yeah,
working with
nice.
you. Yeah,
Yeah. So you were saying the Portuguese working with recycle
reuse the trash.
work.
Yeah, and then with Signer Etam, it's a duo from Poland and Cielo duo from Spain. They're using kind of Greek mythology, crossover with street art graffiti style.
Wow,
Yeah, I will
fantastic.
share all
Yeah,
three.
that's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lovely. There was because there was a lovely artist who came to Doha, a French artist, and he painted on this beautiful Rolls Royce.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
wow.
Cyril,
So
Cyril
yeah,
Van Gogh. Yeah, yeah, I know
I
him.
like his work, and
Yeah,
and you guys could. I mean, your work and even Ahmed's is the color scheme and the things that he does. It's very like I like. It's very it resembles. I feel that's what. Uh, what would you say, guys? I don't know if you. I mean, I'm sure you all know about my last Artists of Qatar extravaganza, the physical Big B meetup that I had at the White Majlis in Sheikh Faisal's museum. So I'm planning that again this year. We had it last year. I mean, last year was a year of COVID, but thankfully I had it in January, and then COVID hit us in March, February, March. Yeah. So this year I'm planning hopefully to have it in the next 3 or 4 months, definitely before the Arab Cup. The Arab
yeah,
Cup happening in late of November. So I'd like you all to participate. How would you like to be part of that?
yeah. I think it would be a great opportunity. Yeah, to be part
Yeah.
of a group
So
exhibition,
yeah, I'm looking forward. Yeah,
especially with AJ. We haven't
yeah,
displayed together, so it would be a great.
Yeah,
yeah.
it
True,
would
true.
be an honor. Yes, 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 yes.
Because what I want to do is what I did last time was we had a panel discussion with some lovely Buthena Al Mufta. I love her work.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, and a
Yes.
couple of other artists. and curators also. There were curators and artists because they go hand in glove, you know. And I also had an exhibition with that, and then we had a tour of the museum. But I'd like to add this time. I'd like to add a workshop, you know. And I'm looking at this guy who's done something with L'Occitane, you know, and he works with his mother. That has just given me even more impetuous to ask this lovely little young man of only 20 something, and I will be in touch with him in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, that's why I wanted to go live and say that here, because you know, another character, another attribute I like about your another attribute I like about Didi and Ahmed is humility. You know, your work might sell for $1 million tomorrow, but be humble and keep at it. Yeah, keep the work going. Uh, my next question, guys, is: would you like to have a takeover? You get a chance now to be the host of this event. Yeah.
Ooh.
So all I say is be kind. So what you can do is now you take over and you can ask a question to both of us. So Didi asks a question to Ahmed and me, and Ahmed can ask a question to Didi and Bosco. So who wants to go first? Yalla.
Okay, I'll go first, I guess.
Oh, wow.
First to AJ.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now that we saw your action on the wall a couple of months back, how do you feel about it? It's a different experience, like a different scale, and are you planning to go to that direction? You know.
So, so I don't know if you know this, but the public art department in Qatar Museums started the initiative Jadaria Art, and it's basically giving, as you said, giving locals opportunities, and that was an initiative that has happened, and I was very lucky enough to be chosen. Still speechless about the fact that I had the opportunity to do this, to do a public art piece, a mural, you know.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
in Msharab area in Al Firdaus Street, and
Oh, really? Fantastic. You know, Musharraf is the area I grew up in the early 80s. I lived in
nice.
Abdullah bin Thani. Yeah. I should go and see your work. I haven't seen it yet. Where is the work? The nice question, Didi. Thank you for asking that question. Where
It's
exactly is it?
you know the new Banyan Tree Hotel.
Okay. The new
There's a new hotel. Yeah.
Okay, Banyan Tree.
So it's basically the street going from Musharraf to Doha Oasis. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know that road. Yes. Yes.
So it was a
Okay.
huge. It was a huge scale, like as big as Dimitri usually paints. And I
Yeah.
remember, and I remember when like I was just about to start, I was so nervous, and then I saw you, and I was like, I'm so nervous, and you're like, AJ, you're fine, you can do this, you know, you can do this, and I'm like, okay, sure. And then also Sarah, your colleague from public art, it's like, AJ, you can do this. I know you can do this. You're like, why are you nervous? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And it was during Ramadan. Still, the pandemic was going on. And it was like the most incredible opportunity to do something during a time of lockdown, you know?
Yeah.
Like the best experience. Oh, my God. And like you asked, would I ever do that again? Of course, I would do that again. It was so good. It was so good.
Lovely.
And working with the artists around me too. Yeah.
Ahmed, send me a link of that. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I missed it because I usually see all your work. But do send me a link of that because I'd like to see what happened there. It's part of a place I grew up in. You know, I used to walk those streets. I didn't have enough money for a cab that time, so I used to walk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I was a kid. Okay, I was a kid.
Yeah. Of course. No, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
And
I think, lovely. That's
also,
nice.
For you, the photographs you have behind you, I saw them in White Majlis, right?
Oh,
They were on display.
absolutely. They're part of 5 pictures together. Yeah.
Yeah. So, doing photography, what is your subject usually? What do you
Well,
like capturing?
Well, thank you for the question. I believe I have a unique eye, and I mean, I like to look at details and abstract. So what you see behind me, that's that is a naked lady. No, it's not. It's not. It's a horse. It's a horse. But that's what I told the French and Italian ambassadors when they visited the exhibition. I said that is an unshaven lady. They're like, yeah. They had a good laugh. And the other one there is the eye of a camel.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's part of an exhibition I hope to have. Not hope, I will have it. It's just that I need to collect all my pictures and collect my brain and sit down together and get some focus. And it's called Elements of Qatar. I already have the name of the exhibition. It's called Elements of Qatar. And it's going to be a collection of images I've taken over the past 15 years, from different cameras at different periods of time in my life. And hopefully it'll be a success. I'm just looking at different ways of exhibiting it. I have some ideas there, but I'm gonna actually now ask a few friends, for help, and see how we can do something with the display, with how it is displayed. Talking of display, before Ahmed asks us his questions, Ahmed, you just did a little bit of a swoosh. I
yeah.
love. I think you did it on purpose because I think you're
No,
trying to. Lovely work. Can you
thank
please?
you.
Can you give us a mini tour of your exhibition of the pictures you're exhibiting? Can you give us a mini tour, please?
It's not exhibiting. It's like my little unofficial studio. Like it's where I have
Wow,
my
oh,
works and
that's beautiful. You like dark characters too, don't you?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like people would assume that I'm like always this like bright light colored person, but no, like
Yeah.
there's a
There's
darkness in
so
here
much of
too.
darkness, yeah. And you remind me of Ahmad Al Hajri, another artist.
Uh-huh,
He's
uh-huh.
a digital artist, and I'd love to promote his work in the future. And he's going to be part of our talk too. Yeah,
Nice.
lovely. What's that on your left? On your left or on your right? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. You pointed at that green thing. Yeah, the green
This?
goblin.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Green Goblin. It's my cute teddy bear.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just looking at me, looking for a cuddle. Oh, that's
It's
lovely. My God, yeah, that's
it's
lovely.
last year. Like I was so overwhelmed with the pandemic, so I just literally I got on an airplane just so I can go to Turkey and sit and paint. I did not go anywhere. I did not do anything. I went to the paint store. I bought a canvas and paint, and I was like, ugh. And I made.
That's lovely. So, without promoting anybody, what is your go-to store? I mean, we're not promoting anybody, but what is your go-to store, and what kind of paints and canvas do you use? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking you. It's for a personal reason. I want to. I'm thinking of throwing in some paint on some wall someday, maybe
Nice.
soon in the next 2-3 months. And Simba agrees to that. Yeah, and yeah. So, give me a suggestion.
Like where I get my it's
Yeah.
different because I get
Okay.
paints from Color Note in
Okay. Yeah.
El Nasser Street.
Yeah. I know. I know. Color note. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
I
look
get
it up.
the paint from there. I
It's a last one.
also get paint from the fire station from
Yeah.
Art.
Yeah.
I get canvases from mostly Art because they have the best canvases.
Okay.
Jarir
Okay.
has Jarir has good stuff. Jarir does have good stuff, but
Okay.
canvases wise, it's from all over the place.
So you would say
Yeah,
the material, the canvas you use has to be really good, right? Has to be great
yeah,
to get
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
effects. What do you agree to that, Didi?
Yeah, I do. Uh,
Okay.
Art, yeah, they do have really good canvases, but when there is no size available, then I go to Color Note. Yeah,
Okay. 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 Great.
and for
So wait.
space, of course, Art. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to okay, hang on, 10 more minutes. Okay, Ahmed, what about you? You want to ask us your questions? You
Okay.
have
Well, what am I supposed to ask? Dimitri,
but, yeah.
what do you have anything planned for 2022?
Not really.
Not really. No,
Yeah.
like any murals that you're thinking of doing, any
I mean, I
public
have
art.
plenty of things in mind. So, whether it happens next month or 2022, I'm not sure. Yeah. But
Well,
specifically for that year, no.
one thing's definitely happening. You're taking part in Big B meetup, right? In the physical
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is fun. Yeah.
yeah, lovely.
But yeah, I have a lot of things I want to do. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of them,
Okay,
but yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Ahmed,
And my question for you is, what got you into photography?
ah, well, I don't know how to answer that because there are a couple of answers I can give. One is loss of job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. As a nut, it was some time back. Hang on. It was hang on.
AJ, I'm always on the lookout. Whenever I'm driving, I'm just scanning the walls. So
Yeah.
I always have something in mind, but yeah, you never know when it
Yeah.
might happen. Yeah.
So, well, I was in between jobs some time ago, and then that's when I took my camera in hand, and a magazine picked up the pictures from Facebook and said, "Hey, your work is really good. Why don't you sell some of your work to our magazine?" And that's where it took off. But during the Asian Games, I was the not de facto photographer for the PR department of the Asian Games in
Wow.
2006. Yeah. Yes, Ahmed, I'm a dinosaur, yeah. Yeah.
No,
so,
no.
so 2005, I was taking pictures of, these wall wraps, building wraps of Qatar with Doha 2006 murals. And my pictures were picked up by different newspapers across the GCC, a magazine in the States, and BBC took them, of course, because I was one of the official photographers for the PR division of DAGOC, which is the Doha Asian Games Organizing Committee. And who knows, maybe I'll be with Supreme Committee. I don't know. Let's see. I should speak to them, but I want to. If I'm speaking to them, I'd take Big B meetup with me to them. Because I wanted to. Because Big B meetup is all about bringing communities together, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'd like to do with sport. Yeah. So that's where the photography part came in. Thank you for that question. Guys, we nearly come to the end. I want to end it soon because I would like to have more of you guys talk in our physical meetup, because if I ask
Uh-huh.
you everything now, then where will
Yeah.
be the more wow factors? And I'd love you all to display some of your work at the physical Big B meetup. And what I told Didi earlier is we need to sit down and have a cup of tea or a karak chai, What do you say?
For sure.
Sometime in mid August or something. Let's pick a spot and sit together and maybe doodle.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
amazing. Yes.
yeah, lovely. Just one more question before I ask you all your message of love and peace. What are your short to long term goals, your aspirations, and your aims, Didi and Ahmed? Let's go with Didi here. He hasn't
Mm,
said much.
yeah. um, I guess I don't like to plan, so
Okay,
yeah, I just wall by wall, like one
I
wall at
like
a
that.
time, you know.
One wall at a time.
Yes.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a hymn. We say one day at a time.
Yeah. And who
This
knows?
is
Maybe you know, I had art on and off, so maybe there will be a period where I'll stop doing it for some time, like get into something else, then
okay.
come back to it. Who knows? Yeah.
Great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking of which, how do you deal with an artist's block? Any answers, guys? A quick answer. Artist block.
Well,
No,
There's no dealing with it.
there's no dealing. No, there should be some. What do you think, Ahmed?
I haven't gotten artist block
Oh,
in a
Really?
long
you're
time.
lucky.
Yes, since I realized that I should not fear people's judgment of what I will create.
Wow.
Yeah, once you
Deep,
once
deep,
you realize that, you have no artist block because
strong.
I can pick up this tissue and do this and go like, this is my art piece,
What about your own
like it or
judgment?
not.
Fantastic. I love that
My
answer.
own judgment,
Yeah.
I do not judge my art.
Okay.
Yeah, I love my work. I love my work.
Yeah,
I
you have
love
to.
my work.
Self-love is important.
Yes, yes.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So Didi has set his aspirations and goals and aims. And what about you? Oh, you did, right? Didi?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Ahmed, what about you? Your
To get to keep improving, to keep getting better, to keep bettering myself, like what I did in last year versus what I'm going to do this year versus what I'm going to do next year, I always have to like keep going up because there's like no limit.
okay.
Yeah.
You guys have a cat?
A cat?
Yeah, I do have a cat.
That's so cool. I like that. So I'm not feeling bad now that I have a dog barking here. But no, he's Simba. He's not. He's my plan. He's my what do you call it? He's part of my plan here. Yeah. So that's nice to know. That's fine. Didi, you don't have to unmute
Yeah.
yourself, please. You don't have to do that. This is very generic and very real. We're not in be in studio or something. Guys, so Didi, what is your message of love and peace to our audience? Or would you like me to go with Ahmed first and then come to you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Because Ahmed is full of love and peace. He is. He exudes that. I can feel it. So Ahmed, what
Thank you.
is your message of love and peace to our audience, to yourself, to Didi, to me, to the world?
My message is 2020 was a really tough time, but people are forgetting that 2021 is also a really tough time. And yeah, and like just we're still having a virtual meeting, We're
Yeah.
still dealing with a pandemic. We're still dealing with issues. The whole universe is still dealing with a collective mindset of isolation,
True.
distance, So be more connected and really try to focus on changing what wasn't right or what was negative or what was hateful into something more productive for the community, for yourselves, for
Akeed.
the world. Yeah.
Akeed. Very well said. Thank you, Ahmed. Beautiful message. Yeah, thank you. Dimitrije.
Yeah. I guess I'd recommend spending more time in front of walls, and the longer you're there, the more peaceful you'll be.
Lovely, beautiful.
I know AJ knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
While you were at
Very
the
well
wall.
said. Very well said. I like that. It's intricate. It has a meaning, and we got to decipher it. Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure to host you all both. And I'm not done with you guys because we'll have a physical meetup, inshallah, soon in the next 3 or 4 months.
For sure.
I'm looking at an October time. But anyway, we're going to have coffee or karak chai next week. So we'll see you there, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure to host you all. And thank you, audience, for tuning in.
Thanks for having us, Roscoe.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good night and ma salama.
Good night.
Yes.